All right, good morning. So, I'm going to start adding more to my Stealth Marketer YouTube channel. And one of the things I'm going through professionally, I guess, for this stage of my career in marketing and personal development and whatnot is starting to do something called fractional time allocation for all the things that I'm involved in. One of the things that I've talked about on Facebook, and I'll share these videos to Facebook as well, is I started the 4 a.m. Buddy Check, which is for early risers. So you can actually find the Facebook page, and it's basically those people that realize, you know what, let me change up some things in my life that'll make things a lot easier, better, more enjoyable. And so what I found a while back is my wife and I were, we were just exhausted by 7 or 8 in the evening and would go to sleep. And so basically from picking up additional hours of sleep, but really didn't feel like I was productive. So I wanted changing. I said, you know what, I'll start getting up at 4 a.m., realizing that I had my 8 hours of sleep, so it made perfect sense. And ultimately, I noticed that I picked up 3 additional hours of productivity to really plan the day, the months, and the years ahead. So that being said, I now had a lot more energy, and I found that my ideal sleep time would be around 9 or 10. And even though I had 6 hours of sleep, I felt rested, and also through some training that I'm taking, I found that naps are beneficial. So ideally, if you're able to fit in 2 or 3 days during the week for a 20-minute nap, which for me was optimum, anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes they say, but 20 minutes was optimum for me, that can refresh you and get you on your mission. So I'll be talking more about this fractional time allocation, but what I've done over the weekend before January 1st is really looked at dividing my time in 15-minute, 30-minute, and 1-hour increments in a variety of different things, from getting up, making breakfast and coffee, to reading the Bible, to praying, to reading books that I love to read. A lot of times we're sitting around that I wasn't reading because I really hadn't scheduled it, made time for it. So I've come up with a unique card index system that I'm using that lets me shuffle through my deck, and I'll show you a quick example. Like right now, I just finished reading for 30 minutes in a book that was called Covenant Healing, a book that I started reading, but again, because I didn't track it, didn't keep up with it, I would read it as I thought I had time, but now I'm scheduling time to read on the mini books that I have in 30-minute increments. So each day, the Bible says, consider the ant, you sluggard, and that got me to thinking, an ant picks up a grain of sand and moves it to the anthill, but over time, those grains of sand can pile up, and of course, if you're working with a team, that's another attribute as organization, planning, systemization or whatnot. And then looking at the seasons of our life. I'm taking this program by Ty Lopez. He says basically you can divide your life throughout the year from winter, spring, summer, and fall. And even though we're in the winter now, I kind of feel like this is my springtime to get ready for the summer, where you really do a lot more work, and in the fall you kind of enjoy the labors of your work, and the winter you kind of prepare for the next season. So maybe this is all jumbly right now, but it'll make sense as you continue to follow. I'll add it more to my YouTube channel and just kind of give you some insight. So I'll look at fitness, like breakfast. The first thing I did this morning was make coffee, make breakfast, get my prayer time, get my reading time, get my mind right, and then I'll spend 2 hours in the gym this morning, and then get to work. So what as a marketing person, what I found is I've got to invest in my business. So the first hour of the day, I'll be working on my company, and then I'll spend 15-minute increments and 30-minute increments depending on the client's needs. But what I found is I can do a lot in 15 minutes if I just focus, which would add up to a lot of value for my clients over the course of the week, over the course of the month, over the course of a quarter, over the course of a year. And so each contribution to each one of these areas of my life, to include my family, and make time for family, make time for lunch, and make time for rest. But I have this card system now that is pretty simple. Each morning I'll pick out my deck of cards, shuffle through, set my timer, get the work done, maybe make some notes on the card, and then file it for the next day. So today is Monday, so everything I've completed this morning so far will go into the following Monday. So it's already planned, pre-planned, and then I can make a list of things to do for the day. Like today, this is for my gym. I'm making my list of what I'm going to do at the gym for the 2 hours. So typically at the gym, just to give you a quick example, first things first, I've found that if I don't go to the gym in the morning, I'll put it off. And so over the years, many years, I would sacrifice my health. And so I figured, you know what, let me make that a priority, because when I come from the gym, I'm energized. I feel good about myself. I'm making progress. And of course, if you've been following me on Facebook, I've been on a 3-year journey with a fitness trainer, and she's helped me really advance my health. I feel really strong. I feel, very comfortable in my skin, so to speak, and my clothes, but I haven't reached my goal yet, right? So at the gym, really what I'm starting to do is get the elliptical done. 1 hour, 600 calories, maybe 1,000 calories. It depends on the time schedule, the time allotment for the weights. But typically, it takes me about an hour on the elliptical to do 600 calories. That gives me an hour for a set of weights. And of course, I want to be methodic about that, upper body, lower body. So I'll make a list of things that I'll focus on, from biceps to triceps to legs to chest, to back, and strength, from conditioning for the core, 3 core, I guess. That would be deadlifts, that would be squats, and that would be deadlift, squats, and bench. So I'm going to sign out for now. I hope you find this video series useful. Right now my plan is to do 1 a week, but I'll probably do 2 or 3 a week, so as to not inundate you, but to keep it short and sweet. And then also welcome your comments, your likes and shares if this helps you. And thankfully I've gotten some feedback from people that have really kind of embraced this lifestyle journey that I've been documenting now for about 3 years, but now going into business and more into efficiency and hopefully the results. So maybe I'll have some guests on as I share with the results with my network, especially when I'm praying for them and seeing them really thrive as we start to really vibe and grow together in this journey. So thank you so much. I don't have a name for this thing other than I've used in the past, marketing dynamics behind the scenes. So maybe we'll continue that. But thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned.